Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and we're going to talk about the company Ripple and the digital asset XRP because there is something to be said when it comes to MoneyGram. Also, there is a quote from the unaired portion of the HBO documentary with Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse and SBI. Mr. Kitao is talking crypto. I really want you to hear what he is saying, as well as he gave his thoughts and opinions to the Financial Times yesterday about the changing landscape in both Hong Kong and London. It's very interesting. And should you get an XRP address now while the prices are low? We're going to talk about that. But first, take a look at the market. Wow, it is so strong, 1.67 trillion. It's really impressive in terms of an overall market cap. It's up 7% over the last 24 hours. And there are some projects that are really worth mentioning. Quant up 19% in the last 24 hours. VeChain up 42% in the last 7 days. Tezos up 19% in the last 7 days. And XRP is up almost 8% in the last 7 days. BTC, wow, Bitcoin, 53,951. You've been over now the $54,000 mark, so it is really going in the right direction. And Ethereum, I'm really watching you, Ethereum. I have you in my portfolio, and I can tell you that the change that you just decided to make, I think, is very, very good. So now the number of coins in existence is going to be cut. Developers approved this major change. I think it surprised everyone. It's going to come into force this summer. And yeah, it still needs to work on being more eco-friendly, which is going to be the Ethereum 2.0. And it needs to also deal with its scalability issues. But as a deflationary asset, I think Ethereum is poised to stay in the top ranks. The developers now really just have to keep that push towards the proof of stake. And you can see that if you watch Crypto Eri, who has been doing content since 2015, can you imagine the amount of content he has put out over the years? Lark, you're amazing. But yeah, I like it when you say, come on, man, you guys, let's go. Yeah, they need to get going, because if they don't get on to their 2.0 quick enough, those fees are going to drive users away. All right, let's jump to a little bit of MoneyGram. This is from a transcript that was put out on December 31st. It's the investor's call. And in the Q&A portion of the call, which is always something that happens towards the end, here David Scharf of the JMP Securities, they're headquartered in San Francisco, he asked about the exchanges, because that seemed to be a problem in terms of the limit of trading that was being experienced by XRP in the United States. And Alex Holmes, the CEO of MoneyGram, mentions Coinbase and says, yeah, well, I don't think you can trade on it anymore. And one of the things you need to know to make the ODL flows work, which is the on-demand liquidity, is to use an exchange. So this is something that really put a stick into their spokes. And even though they were going to pause the on-demand liquidity or suspend it, they said that they had a great relationship with Ripple and that they would continue to partner with them. But that seems to have changed, because even though on February 22nd, the official statement from Ripple said that they were going to just do this temporary suspension, that is not what was said yesterday. So there is an announcement that the two of them together made the decision to end the current partnership agreement. So does that mean that there's going to be a new partnership agreement, or are they ending it to make it easier for MoneyGram to be able to handle the lawsuits that are coming their way because they got involved with Ripple? Or is it because the rumor that Bloomberg wrote about in June of last year, where it was said that Western Union had made an offer to take over the company, is back on the table. I'm not sure, but I think because there was an official ending to the partnership, something is going on. Well, you remember that Ant Financial, which is Alibaba, tried to acquire MoneyGram, but it didn't get approved. The deal fell through. The U.S. body that oversees foreign investments, known as CFIUS, said, no, this was a security risk, so it was not allowed to be completed. The stock at that time for MoneyGram was trading at $12.15. It's now at around $6.60. So whatever deal is going to be on the table, I think it's going to be a lot smaller. However, the space is so different today than it was in 2018. There is a lot of competition. And also with those pending lawsuits, I don't know if MoneyGram, I think the price is going to have to be very, very different than it was in 2018. So we're just going to have to wait and see, but I think something is happening. All right, speaking of China, this is interesting because they interviewed Mr. Kitao, and SBI is Ripple's largest outside shareholder, and Mr. Kitao is really an XRP bull. And when he spoke to the Financial Times yesterday, he said that he plans to pull his company operations out of Hong Kong because of the national security law that they passed, citing that it's not a good place for financial institutions to do business anymore. And if he would want to do business with China, he said he'd rather just open up an office in Beijing or Shanghai. So that's how he feels about that. The changing regulations and uncertainty cause a lot of problems for businesses. And the United States could find they're in this same kind of position in losing startups, because in the unaired part of the Axios HBO interview, Mr. Garlinghouse said that if he were to launch a new crypto company today, he would base it outside of the United States. So Axios is the documentary news program that's using the HBO filmmakers, and we're going to see that program very soon. Now, thank goodness that XRP does have clarity in Japan. And here, Mr. Kitao gave a two-part interview with Digital Shift. It's most insightful, and the journalist from Digital Shift received his opinions and thoughts in great depth, and the coverage was great. You can get it in transcript, or you can also get it in a video. What I wanted to highlight was the portion of that article where he said currently Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are skyrocketing. And it's said that this is a temporary phenomenon, or that there have been times when it was skyrocketed in the past. But I do not consider it a temporary phenomenon. It will be positioned as one financial product in the future. So that is what Mr. Kitao is saying about crypto. And the interview, was transcripted. I will leave that link there for you on my Twitter feed. If you would prefer to watch it in the video, you can. It's a video that really went under the radar. You can see here only 250 views, and it was uploaded on the 12th of February. Yeah, I think that's, I'm just so surprised. So yesterday, Mr. Kitao was in Kobe. Kobe is the city right next to Osaka. And he is launching a new blockchain exchange this year in Osaka. And he sees Japan has kind of this opening of a window for Osaka to be the new financial center of East Asia in replacing Hong Kong. So I think he's going to really give it a shot. And yeah, we'll have to see. But I think they have a good chance at getting that kind of status in this part of the world. You know, he started SBI when he was 49 years old. Here he is, very young, probably mid-40s. He was, you know, he's still active as ever, but he was handpicked by the founder of SoftBank, Son Son, and you can see he's standing next to him in this photograph, which was part of a documentary that TV Tokyo did this last summer. What a real amazing career he has had, and he continues to be making huge impact on the fintech and all things that are financial here in this part of the world. All right, let me talk a little bit about NFTs, okay? I got a comment in one of the videos, and I realized that I just still do too much assuming, and I assume that everybody's on the same page as I am. And I was asked whether having NFTs on the XRP ledger was just kind of fluff. And no, it's not at all. Actually, the digital asset XRP benefits greatly from having NFTs on the ledger. Every XRP wallet that needs to be created takes XRP out of circulation. So, you know, to create an address, you have to secure 20 XRP. So that is really, you know, of course, it has an impact when you reduce the circulating supply. And if you purchase an NFT, the XRP is enhanced for its liquidity. So all the transactions that occur using XRP adds to the liquidity. And unlike other blockchains, the transaction fee is not paid as a reward to the validators, but it's burned. So making XRP a deflationary currency. Yeah, currency. And so I think that the question is the price of XRP is rather low. Should we be securing the addresses in advance for preparation if the price were to go up, even if they reduce the amount of the minimum amount required to open up an address? Still, I ask myself, I wonder if it's not a bad idea to grab some addresses now. And just to be clear, Matt Hamilton told me that yes, you can rekey your account. So someone had said, well, if you secure the address, then you're going to, you know, have the private keys for that, and no one's going to want the address because you'll have access to it. Well, you actually can rekey that XRP account using the Sum app, and the instructions and directions are on here. And so I think if you are ever thinking about that, just so you know that you can take that step, that makes grabbing those addresses in advance a much more, maybe I should. And I wanted to really say thank you so much to Chip at On the Chain. He sent me this lovely card on Twitter with cherry blossoms, of course, in honor of the International Women's Day. It was really, really sweet. I appreciate it. I really do. And also, this Friday, everybody needs to be sure to pay attention, because John Deaton told us in the video that I did where he and Jeremy joined me, that he's got something in the works and it should be revealed on Friday. So be sure to follow him on Twitter, because I think that's the first place we're all going to hear about it. I have no idea, but it's part of his overall strategy in the preparation of trying to prepare that class action suit. So I am very, very curious for that. And by the way, when there is a popular video, I don't touch the ads. And so when you leave it to the platform, which is Google, they own YouTube, they will automatically generate those ads in there. And I understand that from that particular video that was really, really popular, that there were an insane amount of ads. I'm really, really sorry, but no, it had nothing to do with my doing. I don't touch that. In fact, when I had problems with the channel this last summer, I was told by two different people within the help of YouTube, and also with a company called Womb that is kind of an MSN here for Japanese content providers. They all recommended just don't touch that portion of your management. And so I don't. And so, yeah, unfortunately, that particular video was very, very popular. So there were a lot of ads in that video. I'm really, I can just tell you that I got tired of watching ads myself with the amount of content I watch. And I'm a premium member now. And boy, that has improved my experience using this platform a lot, a huge, huge, huge improvement. So that might be a solution. I know some people are using the Brave browser. So anyway, I just wanted to make mention of that. Okay, we're jumping to some fluff. So this is the time of year that you get these really big, beautiful blue skies that are clear. The air is still really dry. We don't have a lot of humidity. And the lake up in there's 5 lakes actually, so I'm not positive. I don't want to assume I know which lake this is, but this is up in Yamanashi. It's one of the 5 lakes, and it is perfect to take a picture of when you get the reflection in the water and you get this kind of double Fuji. Well, in those lakes there are a lot of swans. Look at this. This was on somebody's Twitter that was taking pictures in the lake, and one of those swans decided to just kind of come right up to the camera. And that was a great shot. And someone else also took this picture, I think just on the 4th, on March 4th, and it is one of the early blooming cherry trees that are starting to appear in and about the city. And this is one of the 25 birds. You'll see more than 25 different birds in Tokyo. This is a bull-headed shrike, and it is interesting that its name in Japanese means 100 tongues, because it mimics other birds, and it mimics as a hunting technique. Yeah, they might appear cute, but they are very skilled hunters of other birds, and so they have that ability. And another bird that you might see when you come to Tokyo is one of the smallest. It's the Japanese white-eye, and it loves the flower nectar. It's like the size of a small finch. And here, this is one of the ducks that come to winter in Tokyo. This is a picture that was taken on March 2nd. So it's still here, probably on its way north really, really soon. And this one is one of the only 4,500 left in the world. It's a black-faced spoonbill. and its numbers are coming back, so that's really good to know. This is one that was born in I think it was in Japan, but I can't remember. I think it was Tama. And look at this little guy. The babies are born with a white bill. Yeah, but I think my favorite, I do think my favorite to spot, and you can spot them all over, not just Tokyo, but it's the egret. And this is the really beautiful one that can be seen year-round. Very decorative feathers. This was a shot that was taken in Tokyo Bay on the 4th of March also. So if you come to Japan, you really are going to have a lot of fun birds to see. And like I said, there's more than 25 that you'll be able to spot in Tokyo. I'll put a link to this Wild Bird Society of Tokyo in the description below. You'll find that it's just a huge variety, even osprey in Tokyo Bay. Yeah. All right, everybody. Yeah, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.